Hi there, Spanish Grammar Guy here on Focus 15 Spanish, here to help you with your Spanish grammar. Today I am looking at the use of the word lo as a neuter article. So what do I mean by that? Well, we know what definite articles are, or at least I hope you do. El, la, los, las, meaning the in English. But sometimes we hear the use of the word lo as an article, but without any gender attachment. The thing it refers to is not masculine and it's not feminine. This is when the thing we are referring to is maybe a concept or an idea or a statement, not something present that has a gender. So when we say, for example, no quiero hablar de aquel, I don't want to speak about that, the thing you don't want to speak about is known and it's masculine because aquel is masculine. If you say no quiero hablar de aquella, then the thing you don't want to talk about is feminine because you've used aquella. But we use the neuter article when the thing being referred to has no gender. For example, we might use lo with an adjective in this way. Lo bueno de tu casa es que tiene mucha luz, which, as a rough translation, would be something like, the good thing about your house is that it's full of light. So here, lo bueno means the good thing. Let's take another example. La película demuestra lo bello que es la vida. So here again, we have the neuter article lo, and a rough translation would be, the film shows how beautiful life is. So in these examples, the neuter article is used because the adjective is not referring directly to the noun la película, for example, in the second example, it's referring to the concept or idea of beauty, lo bello. Let's take a look at a simple sentence to show you the difference then between using a gendered article and the neuter article. So you would say, for example, la montaña es roja. If you see a red mountain, the mountain is red. But take a look at this example and try and translate it. No necesita un telescopio para ver lo roja que es la montaña. Okay? Try and translate that. So we might have a translation such as, you don't need a telescope to see how red the mountain is. This looks strange, right? Because even though la montaña is feminine, you still use the neuter article lo to refer to the idea of how red it is. Or this one. Yo pensaba en lo triste que es a veces la vida. A translation could be something like, I was thinking about how sad life is sometimes. Okay? So we might also use the neuter article lo with adverbs or adverbial phrases. We may have heard, for example, the phrase lo antes posible, as soon as possible. Or, for example, a sentence like siempre hacen lo menos posible. They always do as little as possible. So we've seen then how the use of lo plus an adjective or an adverb can translate the idea of how in English. For example, take a look at this sentence here. No se ha fijado en lo delgada que se ha quedado. So translation could be, haven't you noticed how thin she has become? So even though they're using the word delgada, referring to a female in the feminine, because it's the idea of being how thin, do we use lo delgada. What about this sentence here? Try and translate this. Hay que ver lo tarde que es. So a rough translation might be something like, I can't believe how late it is. How late? Lo tarde. Here's another one. Con lo caro que está todo. This phrase is very apt at the moment with the cost of living. Translates as something like, with everything costing so much. Okay, so that's how to use lo as a neuter article, and it can also be used as a neuter pronoun. So when it is used as a pronoun, again, it does not refer to something or someone specific as a normal pronoun would, lo or la, but it refers to an idea or a concept or an action or situation that carries no gender. Let me just highlight this with one example. ¿Lo hacemos o no? So the translation here could be something like, shall we do it or not? When the lo refers to something, an idea, a situation, an action that has no specific gender. Okay, that's it for now. Subscribe to Focus 15 with the Spanish Grammar Guy if you want more Spanish grammar tips, and see you soon. Thanks for watching.